You build a RESTful API, but there is one big problem. Your data disappears every time the server restarts. In this video, I will show you how to fix that by connecting your Node.js SQLJS APIs to MongoDB, a real-world database. By the end, your API will store your data like a production application. Welcome back. If you are new here, I create practical coding tutorial that help you build real-life applications. In the last video, we built a REST API. Now, let's make it real.
Let's install the tools that we need. First, I'm going to install Mongoose. So I'll say npm install Mongoose. Mongoose is the package that will enable us to connect our Node application to MongoDB. So next, I'm going to install .env. The .env file, npm install.env. What the .env file will do is for security purpose. So the .env file will enable what our credentials to be secured. That is why I'm installing the .env. So I can also come here and install MongoDB. I'll say npm install MongoDB. So I need to install MongoDB since I am going to be working with MongoDB. So these are the three major installations I have to do now. Now let us set up our MongoDB. For you that don't have MongoDB on your system, you need to make sure that you click on the get started to make use of MongoDB. So you're going to register here and fill in this form. I already have a MongoDB account, so I don't need to pass through this. So what I will do, I will sign in to my account. Okay, so I'll press enter. So I've already signed in to my account. This is my MongoDB account because I've signed in. For you, it may ask you to put your password and other one, but I had already signed in earlier. So this is my own MongoDB account here you're seeing on the screen. So one thing you need to do, once you've created an account and you sign in, what you're going to do right now, you go to the cluster already under this my project. So I'll click on connect. So when you click on connect, you choose a connection method. I'll click on drivers. So make sure you've already installed MongoDB, which we've done before now. So you can just come here and click it and install if you've not done that. So but I've installed MongoDB, or if you've not done that, make sure you install it. npm install MongoDB. Make sure you have done that. So yeah, this is your cluster. Actually, this is your cluster. So use this connection string in your application. So this is your username and this is your password. So you can decide to change your username and password. So you can see replace db_password with the password for this. I already have a password for this database I'm working. For you don't have a password, you're going to create a password. But me, I already have a password that I'm working with before now. So I'll come here and copy this. So I'll go to my VS Code. Inside my .env environment, my .env, I'll paste this. So first, let me create a constant that will hold it. I'll say Mongo underscore URI equal to, then I'll paste the connection string here. Sorry, that was not the Ctrl Z. Let me copy it. So yeah, I'll copy this. This is my connection string. Copy this and I'll paste. So I've pasted my connection string. So I'm going to replace this password with the password I've been using for that project. You don't have this project because you're going to create a new one. So it will ask you to put your password and username. This is my username. So I'm going to change this password later. So for now, let me create a table. This is where you create your database table, where you have this question mark app name. So I'll just come here. Let me call this table student table. You can call it anything you want to call it, student, or okay, student is okay, student table. So what I've just done here is to do what is to connect my environment variable with a connection string. So the next thing I want to do here is to load this environment variable. So I'm going to load this environment variable in my index.js. So how do I go about it? First and foremost, I'll come here and I'll say const mongoose equals to require mongoose. So require mongoose. Very important you do this. Then I will load my environment variable. So here I'll come in and say required .env is the name of the file .config. Okay, .config. This is what I have done here. What I'm doing here is to load this my .env here. That's what I've just done. So this allows us to use the database URL securely, because I want that connection string, this connection string, to be secured. So that's what I've just done. So let us now connect our MongoDB to our API applications. Let's connect our MongoDB. So I'm going to connect our app APIs to our MongoDB. So I've already imported the Mongoose. So I'll just come here and paste this. So this is how you connect your MongoDB, your application to MongoDB. Now you can see mongoose.connect process.env.mongo_url, which is this my environment variable. So I'm making reference to it in a secured way. So if it's connected successfully, then it will tell me MongoDB connected successfully. So let me come here and run this. Let me clear my so that you can see that. So I will come here and run application. So wait for it to say MongoDB connected. Once we see MongoDB connected, it means we've successfully set up MongoDB and connected our MongoDB to our application. So you can see that MongoDB connected successfully. So that means we have successfully connected our MongoDB to our application. Instead of using an array, we will create a database model. So I'm going to create a database model. Instead of using this array, I'm going to create a database model. I don't need this array any longer. Take it out. Sorry. Yeah, this is my model. So let me arrange it properly so that we can see that clearly. So that we can be properly formatted. So this is my model. This defines how our user data will look. So let me take away all these other routes since I'm not playing with them. So take them out so that I'll focus on. So take all these arrays out. So what I've just done is to create a model. So this model defines how our user data will look. So the next thing now is to create the create route. So I'm going to create my create route so that I can save the data into the database. So this is my create route. Right now you can see it's similar to what we did before in our previous API class. I'm using the async and await because I'm connecting to a remote server. So the same thing takes in two parameters, request and response. So I'm storing the request body into the user model. This is the user model. Yeah. So what am I doing? There are two column fields in the user's model, the name and the email. So definitely I'm going to tell my request body will be what? Name and email. So let me practically save this and go test it on Postman to see if everything works. So let me save this and start my server. Let me start my server. So I'll go to Postman. So let me check our database is connected before moving to Postman. Let me go to Postman. I already have this. So let me check my server. Okay, MongoDB connected. So let's go to Postman and add a new user. So I'll change this from Tariq. So let me call this Patrick. Patrice. Then I'll call this Patrice at gmail.com. Patrice at gmail.com. So let me click on send. Remember, this is a post method. So good. You can see the response is more of what? MongoDB. Name, email. Now, when you save to MongoDB, it generates a unique ID. That is what you are seeing, _ID. This is the unique ID generated. So let's go to our MongoDB to see if this was generated successfully. Then under this place, I'll click on browse collection. Okay, so you can see, and the table we save our record with. You can see that student database table, and we have users. So if I click on user, I should be seeing Patrice. Beautiful. You can see patrice@gmail.com. So let us add another user. So let's add another user. So here I'll call this Janet. Janet. This place I'll say janet@gmail.com. So I click on send. You can see unique ID. So let's go to our MongoDB. Refresh this. Make sure you're connected to the internet. Fantastic. So you can see that we have successfully saved 2 records in our MongoDB database. So we are now saving directly into MongoDB, no longer directly into what the array created earlier in our previous let's see. Now let's fetch users from the database. So I'll go to my VS Code. So here I want to fetch all users from the database. Remember, we only have 2 users in our database. So I'll paste this. And this is get users route, similar to what we've done previously when we're using array to store users. So I'm going to save this and test this. We use Node most times so that we won't be running server every time. We have to install Node for this purpose. So I'll come here and click on send. Fantastic. So you can see I have been able to retrieve the 2 users in our database, MongoDB database, which are Patrice and Janet. Let us update a user. So to update a user, we are going to use the put method, just like what we learned previously. So we use a method called find by ID and update. So I'm going to just update a user by its ID. So I'm going to find the ID of the user and also update. So let's say I want to update Janet. I want to update Janet to Mary J. So I want to update this to Mary J. So first and foremost, I need to start my NodeMon. Let me go. So I installed NodeMon. So let me just install my NodeMon. First, I need to save this. And install, then run my NodeMon. So that I will start my server. Sorry. Oh, I think I didn't install that. No problem. Next. So wait for this to MongoDB connected. So let me update Janet's record. So here I want to change Janet to Mary Jane. So here I'll change this to Mary J. Then this is gonna be maryjane@gmail.com. So the method is put. It's a put method. So I'll use a put method. So I'll save this. User updated successfully. Our MongoDB Atlas, if you refresh this Janet will change to Mary Jane. Fantastic. So you can see Mary J. We've successfully updated the user's record. You can see that work. So finally, let us delete a user. So this is the delete endpoint for deleting a user. So here we are deleting the user by its ID, similar to what we did earlier. So here, let me start the server so that we can delete a user successfully. Okay, so I'll go to Postman. Let's say I want to delete Mary J off. So I'll come here and use the delete method. And this is Mary J's ID. I click on send. Fantastic. User deleted successfully. So let's go and verify. So if I refresh this now, you will not see Mary J again because that's been deleted. Beautiful. So you can see that we've successfully deleted Mary J's record using the delete method endpoint. So you can see that even if you restart your server, your data still remain intact because you are storing them into a database. Unlike what we did previously in our last episode, we're storing it into an array. So you won't lose anything while storing it in MongoDB database. This is the difference between a beginner project and a real life backend system. So if you made it this far, you just upgraded from your API to a real world database. That's good step if you ask me. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and comment MongoDB done so I know you're following along. In the next video, I will show you guys how to add authentication using JWT.